Don't link. It's your boy Link. Wasn't supposed to start a video like that, but hey, the camera started and I'm ready. So without further ado, let's get into it. Don't forget it's your boy Ink, because you're doing well, because having a wonderful 31st August 2025. Today we are of course talking about Prison Break. I mentioned it a bit before, but that was a completely different video, so I'm gonna re-mention it here. We're watching season 3 and it's amazing. It is great, it's fun. However, there is a little bit of trouble. I feel like the show's a bit tired. But hey, listen. Um, it's okay. I love the show. It's a really good show. We watched from season 3, episode 1 to season 3, episode 8, and we're almost finished with 8. So the plan right now is actually quite simple. The plan right now is to do till 1, 2, and 3. Do a TikTok live, go and do till the 8th, and then I'm gonna have my battle. So that's actually pretty good. And it's kind of like a perfect timing. I did a version here, but the reason why we stopped is what? The reason why we stopped is because I just realized that
I'm looking for someone.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the 16th of September, and The Good Place is crazy. So let's go back to episode 1, Survival. Gotta say, I don't remember a intro that was better than this. What I appreciate here is they do show exactly at the end. We have this character that's super cool. This character is Gretchen. First of all, she is a total babe. We see her in a bra. She's adorbs. You kidding me? Black hair, blue eyes. Damn. Jacob, shut the fuck up. If you got a reference, you're a genius. If I can help you, peanut butter and jam. There's no way that you don't get that. So Gretchen is important because she replaces who? She replaces Kim. Now, if she asks me who I prefer, Kim or Gretchen, they're both assets, but she's cute, so. We want a cute asshole, don't we? Like, the front is okay. The whole body's okay, but a cute asshole, you know, a bit of a sex joke. So the cool part is we see Mahone and Michael in the same jail. They're going to be helped. The first scene that you see is where they get killed in Sona, and we know exactly what it is. It's Sammy, which is kind of like a big person. Not a big person in the sense of physical, but a big person in the sense of importance. So this is super nice. We see another scene with Lincoln. Comes in and he has this guy who tells him, yo, te hermano, Mikael, no es bueno. No es bueno. He's in Sona and this is very dangerous. Now, it's kind of cool because we reverse the role. Lincoln is going to help Michael the way Michael saves Lincoln. It's kind of cool because we know how Sona is destroying, but there's people living in Sona. So my thought is, it's not that bad, you know? It's not that bad, you know? So we have Lincoln who's trying to get a better sentence for his brother, and they're gonna give him a better sentence, which is great. Yeah, they arranged a transfer, which is the goal. There's a body there, so we see Bellic as a pariah. Now, we know why Bellic is a pariah. Bellic is a pariah because he didn't give his wallet. So because he didn't give his wallet, he didn't partake in the economy of the price to stay there. So they treat him like shit. They treat him like shit, so he doesn't have food, he doesn't have water. Everybody treat him like dirt. And the important part here, I wish that Bellic's situation is horrible. See, this is the insane part. This is the really insane part. Bellic had a situation in Fox River. We're getting bullied. We're getting beat up. Did he think about escaping? No, you're right. You're right. He didn't think about it. If he wanted to escape, he would have to give a worse situation. Which I think is what we're seeing here. I'm not sure. I don't know the show, right? But I think that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing Mahone. And Mahone right now is a junkie. So Mahone is really cool. We know he was using the medication thanks to a talk with Sarah. He was using the medication to forget all he's done, all the wrong he's done. Now, here's the cool part. So I was like, there's a better way to atone for what she did. And Mahone, he's like, yeah, but I know what I can't do anything about it. So, my apologies. Really, really cool. It's good. It's really good actually. So Mahone comes in, it's like, I don't have education. The first thing he sees vision of his son. So Michael's like, listen, eres tu hombre de americano, eres posible trabajo contigo. My financial is not that great, right? You're trying to get a deal with him, but it's not great because again, it doesn't really work. This is really cool. There's two things. There's a girl that is waiting for her husband, and she's screaming, free my husband, free my husband. And then there's a second one, which is the nun. The nun happens to be a prostitute, and the girl that was respectable. Mm-hmm. Do I think a prostitute can be respectable? Depending if she feels forced to do it. Depending if she feels forced to do it. Okay, here goes inky stories. I know a couple of OnlyFans girls in my olden days that are doing it because they don't know how to make money more. I know some OnlyFans girls that do it because you want to explore their sexuality. I know some OnlyFans girls that are doing it for paying for rent because they have to. This, I applaud. The rest, do what you want, but the question is, do you respect yourself? We have Lincoln and Michael, which is super cool, because Lincoln's like, I'm going to help you, and Michael's like, I don't know how you're going to help me because it's a really bad place. And Lincoln says something that's really sweet. He says, if I could trade place with you, I would. And Michael tells him, I know. Yo say. Good. Good. Perfect. So we have we have the first friend of Michael, which is this guy. This guy is a big fan of America. You know, a lot of people they want to immigrate to America, and this one of them is like, yo, this is my dream. So it's really nice. We have Sammy. It calls orientation. So the way this works, it doesn't work. Some of work is, like I said, there was a riot last year, so there's nobody in the prison. The way it works is everybody's chipping. So basically what happened is Walking Dead. So Alexandria, we welcome you in, we do an interview, we're gonna say, okay, well, you would be good in that post, we need that guy. For example, janitor, for example, a guard, whatever, right? So that's what they do with Mikael, and there's 4 people. And it's kind of crazy, because it happens super fast. We see the first sign of Lechon. Lechon is the boss here. We see people. So we see who? We see Mahone, we see Michael. The people we care about. There's another guy. And the other guy is so fucking scared that he pissed himself. So Lechon does what? Lechon, he beat him up. And Michael is weak, so Michael tells him, stop, he understood. And Lechon says, you're in my jail here, you're not gonna make the rules. Why is that seem important? Well, because you just came. Michael, okay. So here's why it's important. It's actually really interesting. The writing is amazing also. So you see Bellic. Bellic didn't come in. He came in and he said, I don't want to give my warrants. So he got right after they stole his clothes and he cannot feed him. He'll die or whatever. And then what happened is, there's also another guy like Bellic. There's another pariah. There's only 2, I think, but I'm not sure. Well, for now, yes, we'll get that one later on. So Bellic didn't respect the rules of the warrants. Why is that a crime? Because he disrespected the rules and the culture of Sona. Michael disrespected Lechon, which is in charge of Sona, but didn't disrespect Sona itself. So in that sense, he didn't break the rules. Understand? So we have the nun. The nun is, she is smoky. Like, I think I like Gresham, but this girl, and again, there's a tendency here. She has brown eyes, brown hair. I love brown hairs. Most men are looking for their mom and the girlfriend. Do you know why? Do you know why most men look for their mom and their girlfriend? Because most people, men included, are gonna think that they were raised properly. It's very hard to think my parents did a shitty job, right? All men think about for their dicks. And because men think for their dicks, they think about having babies. However, they love the woman, and that woman was their mom. So she wanted to find a good mom, that way their son has what they had. And this is why. This is exactly why. My mom had brown eyes and brown hair. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's the first thing that she noticed because nobody was blonde. In the face, well, she looks like me, so I'm like, ew, with the hair in the eyes. So we see Dalek, he has his first job. His first job is cleaning toilets. Which is kind of cool because it'll push the two people which is pariah. It'll push the other pariah to say, fuck it, I want to get out of here, so run away. And you run away and get shot. So this is what happened if you escape. And I don't know why people think like, oh my god, you got killed. Bro, you escaped from jail with jetpacks. So you see Lechon, and Lechon is actually really, really cool. Why? Because he's in charge. He has this aura of leadership. For example, here we are, right? There's a couple of people in the show that have this aura of leadership. I think it's important because they're all, like back in the days, the casting was way better. It wasn't about the follower, it wasn't about what you can bring to the show. It's like, no, we want you to be the character. So people that have this leadership, Lincoln has it, Pope had it, Dalek had it. Yeah, that's it. Mahomes, whatever. Who doesn't have it? Suke, not a leader. Michael, he's not a leader. Abruzzi had it. And Dalek, everybody else in the car wasn't a leader. Dalek was. So here we are. Now, there's another person in the jail, and it's T-Bag. T-Bag noticed that Michael is here. Now, here's the thing. There's no confirmation that we see that T-Bag is there. Michael, there's a confirmation that he saw Dalek. Because when he entered, he saw Dalek. And he's like, okay, here's Dalek. Hi, Dalek. But he didn't say that. That's a T-Bag. There was this other guy. Who was supposed to be his representative, his lawyer. So this is the craziest thing. Because his lawyer is now, it's a guy from the company. So in their company, there's a guy called Whistler. I think it's Whistler, I'm not sure. And Whistler is a super important character because he lives in the company. So what they did is Sona, there's no law, it's lawless. With Sona, there's no, you can't get somebody out. So there's one other guy that's stuck there. Now, this guy, when he's stuck there, you need to get him out, right? So they got Michael to be in that jail so he could escape and bring that other guy out of jail. Excellent point. That's a whole plot of season 3, by the way. Okay, so now what happened is Lechon organized something. So he asked the guy to frame Michael into being a thief. Michael is not a thief. So because he framed him, what he does is he sent a guy to kill Michael. So instead of breaking the rules and killing an inmate because he doesn't like him, he plays a role. So there's a rule where there's a chicken feed. The chicken feed is a battle. The chicken feed is a battle and does what? And does what? Get into a fight. You win, you win. You lose, you die. So Lechon push a reason for the fight and there's a fight. Which means Michael in a fight. On the very first episode. And the guy is a bit bigger than him. So there's rules, which is kind of cool. Now, Lincoln, the first thing that he does is he's looking for Sarah. He's looking for Sarah, and it's actually super, super, super important because she's gonna help him with Michael. Right now, he's alone. You should be okay alone, bro, but your choice. We have this guy, which is the second pariah, and he don't have food. So Dalek's like, this is tough. And this guy escapes and gets killed. T-Bag approached Michael, but Michael wants nothing to do with him. It's like, no, you're garbage. You're garbage, bro. I just watched South Park, the Jersey Shore episode. Garbage. What? Now, Kyle Brzezinski is a douchebag and a guy. I don't remember where he was from. He's not from South Park. They do say it too. I don't remember. They just roll out. I'm not sure. So there's a chicken feet. Michael goes there. He's being challenged. The police call Lincoln and say, "Hey, we found Sarah." Guess what? It's not Sarah. So this is a sense of we putting a plot point because we have nothing better to do. They pretend like Sarah is dead. Why? Because we want you to go to the embassy to make sure that the body is correct. However, go there, the body isn't Sarah. So this narrative is case and point. A couple minutes of difference. Why? It's like a filler inside Metzlo, which is not my cup of tea, but hey, I respect the hustle. I respect and I don't say nothing. Okay, good. I have a duty. So the reason why Michael goes into Lechon office a lot, because Lechon is the milkman. He's the guy who's in charge of the prison. The best way to escape is through a grid in his office. So Bellick goes down to burn it, and we meet Wessler. Wessler gives him some meat, and it's rat meat, and he says, "Give this message." And this is the first brilliance there is. So he does is he gives two messages. They have the same message on it. Bellick puts one in the pocket of Mike, and one in the pocket of his adversary. Why? Because his girlfriend is going to be looking for message through the pockets. This is a way to get the message out, which is brilliant. Lincoln is talking to LJ. LJ's in Panama for some reason. I don't know why. Because he just said, "Yo, I'm good here. I'm good here. I'm okay here." And now you want to move why? And Sarah is there also. So we get kidnapped by the company, which will be the main focal point of the. Isn't the main focal point? Why? Because it's a case of we got what you want and this is why you're gonna help us. Versus help us, no, I'm not gonna help you. We have a scene where I see that Lechon. I think it's Lechon or Lechon. The nicest thing is Teabag call it Patron. And I love that. So Patron Teabag offer is services to Lechon, but you know Teabag. Teabag then manipulates and lie his way to the top. Where I am, there's only 3 guys left. It's Lechon is right arm and Teabag. There's a really cool scene with Mahone. A really, really cool scene. See, Mahone approached Michael to say, "Hey, help me help you. Get us out of jail." And Michael was like, "Nope, I don't trust you." Which Mahone is a good character. I want the best for him. And then what happened is they get into a fight. It's like, "Michael, we have to help each other out." And Michael's like, "No, I'm not gonna help you out. Forget about it. Forget about it, bruh." And what Mahone does, which is really cool, Mahone goes in and comes to Michael and said, "Hey, if you want to beat him, you only have one way. You have to kick him in the kneecap." And then Michael's like, "I don't want to fight dirty." And then Mahone's like, "There's no dirty in this place like that." So then the nicest thing about the fight is Michael will follow Mahone. And the nicest thing isn't that Michael follows Mahone. And when he does, you see Mahone, and Mahone's like, "Yes, that's my boy." That was a really cool moment. That was a really cool moment. Also, I want to be fair. Do you know why the ladies are looking for someone like their dad? Because they're being told that they're a man going to protect them. They've been dreaming of princesses in the night, right? So they're looking for a person that protects them the way their dad protects them. They're looking for a way that their dad makes them feel like appreciated, it's adorable, they loved, something in return, not using you. That's what they're looking for. There you go. I just created equality, the world problems are solved. I have a pot of traveling away from me, so I'm trying to hurry up. So we have the fight, and I gotta say the fight is really well. The fight is really well made. Michael is not the best fighter, but he knows how to fight. He gets beat up, but actually he does pretty well. He defends himself pretty well. Really practiced fighting before, and this is really cool. This is really, 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 really cool. This is why the show is so good. maybe before he went to Jelly Pack and fighting a little bit. So the guy Lechon before he does his speech, Lechon says, there's rules here, and those rules are soft. Those rules are followed by consequences. If you don't follow the rules, we're savages. So he says, I don't want any weapons. So somebody gives a knife to the guy who's supposed to beat Michael. If he gives a knife, Mahone comes in and kills the guy. And when he's asked why he did it, he says, there's no weapon. Rules are ruled except we're savages. So this is forgiven by Lechon. But Lechon was pissed because he orchestrated for Michael to be killed. So his plan didn't work, so he's pissed off. We have Lincoln who meets Gretchen, and Gretchen tells him like, yo, we got both LJ and Sarah hostage. So, pretty bad stuff. Now the ending scene is they drop the body outside, which will push her to get in the pocket and get the message. Michael sees this and sees the message. So he's talking with, Michael's talking to Lincoln, and he's like, yo, what is up? And Lincoln said, I can't help you. Some people want you here, some people want you to help Wessler escape. So it's like, as long as those people are wanting you to be here, you'll stay here and do anything about you. And it's cool because it's a company. It's cool because the company, we know how far they're willing to go, but it's not cool because we just had how many seasons of the company. I'm done with the company. You know what I mean? So yeah, como si, como sa. You meet Wessler and how sick he is. And that's pretty much it. Water and fire. This is possibly one of my favorite episodes. And it's really, really, really cool. So the prison has a problem where there's no water. There's no water. Everybody is thirsty. And the way they show it is Bellick begging for water. Why is it cool that it's Bellick begging for water? Because Bellick is seen as a pariah. So he's the last serve. But this still means there's a problem with water. Right? So then they tell them that because of the riot, the guard said, listen, and this is a big problem. The guard said, you broke it, we're not going to help you. They said, we don't help you. So then the guy of Sona had to take care of himself. Now this is really cool because Michael gets some water, but after that there's a fight that breaks out. And after that break out, the barrel of water is pushed over. And because the barrel of water is pushed over, there's no more water. Which means that everybody is pissed at Ron because they say, hey, we want some water. Michael asks for information. Bellick is willing to give the information and search for water. So this is the first time that Michael and Bellick work together. It's weird. It's very weird. Because Bellick and Michael working together feels a bit like Michael and T-Bag working together. However, if you had to give me the choice between T-Bag and Bellick, I would choose Bellick, you know? I don't know. I have no clue. Next, we have Michael getting meeting with Wessler. The Wessler does cough, so he's like, yo, Wessler is like, he's coughing, so he gets discovered. Michael's like, hey, I'm gonna get you out of here. Like, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry about it, I'm gonna get you out of here. And then Michael learned that the first guy that gets Wessler and kills him gets his freedom. So Wessler is accused of killing the son of the president, which is not true, because his dad is in jail. The first one that gets it gets a presidential pardon and gets out and walks out of here. Now, the question is why Lechon doesn't want to do it. Lechon doesn't want to do it because he has 5 life 10 sentences, so there's no way he's gonna get forgiven. And Lechon has the best position. He can't be outside, but inside he has the best life. This is kind of important. That's it. So Wessler is like, yo, do you work for the company? And yes, later on, I'm gonna spoil it, okay? Of course. Again, if you didn't watch the show, don't watch these videos. But if you did, let's remind ourselves. So Wessler comes in and asks Michael, do you work for the company? And Michael told him no. Later on, we realize that Wessler works for the company. Well, you have me. Yeah, I trust you. I'm not. So now we have Gretchen and Lincoln, and Gretchen established the rules. That she cannot check the people. Every single day you're gonna report to. You're gonna go talk to Michael, you report to him. You're gonna go talk to Michael, you're gonna report to him every single day. And to his defense, Lincoln does because he doesn't have a choice. He says, whatever you do, get some news. Sucre goes in and buy a gun. There's some riots in. There's some riots in there. There's some riots in there. Just saying, like, hey, guess what? We want water, and people are trying to go after Lechon. He's in charge, which is really cool because later on, when people are really going after him, this is not new. It's something we saw before, so it kind of makes sense in a weird way. Bellic asked for help from Michael. Michael refused, which is also is an important thing because Michael refused to give food to Bellic. But then Bellic comes out and he has clothes and he has food. Then it's somewhere else. So Michael right away says, okay, well, he sold us out. This is why he has the food. This is why he has everything that he has. He sold us out. So pretty cool scene, if you're asking me. And next on the list, we have Bellic that goes to see Sucre, and he asks her to help him. Sucre has a gun and said, I'm going to kill you if you don't tell me where my cruise is. And Bellic says, I never had it. I never had it. She's like in Chicago. So yeah, so this is pretty useless plot, but hey, kind of sucks for Sucre. You fell for a trick, right? So that kind of sucks. So Mahone meets Wrestler, and Mahone meets Wrestler, and it's like, yo, we hear that whoever kills Wrestler, gonna get out of here. Mahone will kill Wrestler. So that's the plan. Next on the list, we have we have Lincoln, Michael talking again, asking what's the plan. Lincoln tells him, no, this is not going well. This girl is serious. That's the thing though. Another thing, they didn't meet Mr. Kim until presidential pardon, which is season 2 till 19. But then eventually we meet her right away. Again, I think it's 2 parts. I think part 1 is River Fox and Escape. Next part is Sona and Escape. Sucre comes in and you know that he doesn't have whatever it takes. Now he goes to see Lincoln, and Lincoln tells him, and this is very selfish. It's very selfish. Michael has a right to ask Sucre for help. Lincoln doesn't have a right. They're close, but Michael helps Sucre way more. What did Lincoln ever do for Sucre? Nothing. But at the same time, they're close. They're kind of closer. So Lincoln will help Sucre later on. So he tells her, hey, you're gonna get a couple to go back to the show. Hey, you're gonna put her in trouble. Just like Steven with Kesey, right? And it doesn't listen. Now we see that T-Bag has a good standing with the Lechon, and he is pretty cool. And the whole thing is cool. I like T-Bag in this season because it's a constant growth. It's a constant like, oh, you were here, now you're there. And it's so nice. So for example, in the beginning is Casamango. And he's like, there's a friend of Lechon, ask him, do we really need him here? And then Lechon says, if you're not happy, cut my nails. And he says no. He calls him Teodoro, which is sweet. Now, why is it sweet? There's a possibility that T-Bag told him that his name was Teodoro, and he had like a white dad or something like that. Because he's not Spanish, you know, he's American. But to fit in, maybe. And then what happened that is super good is he goes to give the water. And then Bellic sees him and said, I have information. And then T-Bag's like, okay, well, and if I can use the Bellic, get a better standing with Lechon is better. So he brings him here, and he's like, yo, what are you thinking bringing somebody like that here? Pariah. And Patron, he has information. And the guy is like, if information are not good, I'm gonna kill you. So Mahone, what he does is he takes his steel bar and breaks out Weller. Now because he does that, when the men of Lechon come back, they see Weller. You see Wrestler. So Michael tells it, you hear that there's a whole place why the water is not working, and Michael, this is cool because T-Bag gets with Lechon by being a suck-ass. Michael gets with Lechon by being smart. So what he does is Michael, the whole family, is gonna find some gas, he's gonna find everything that he needs to clean the pipe. Because they're able to clean the pipe, they have water, which means that the riots are done, which are good. They didn't have water at all. Now they go down, and the men are there. Mahone is bringing a stick, Now, Michael would have fight in the home, but Michael just did his ass off. You know, loyalty, I guess. Um, Michael says, I can help you, and he said to trust me. People are rioting, they're throwing things in the window, they're doing bad stuff, they're really defiant of Lechon reign. So then it does show that, you see, Lechon isn't the leader by, he's the leader because he's a de facto leader, but he's not loved. Anybody else can say, hey, I defy you. And he would. The girlfriend of Wesley, we know she's the girlfriend of Wesley. She goes in and she's like, hey, guess what? Guess what? I have your bank info. So she goes to the bank, which they can follow, and she gets a book. In the book, there's a lot of sentences. However, in the book, there's a lot of sentences, but in the book, it's just like Michael said to me. If you're not listening, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So you need Wesley there. So they got one part of the key, the other part is in there. Which is a problem. Listen to this, we have Mahone, who is in a very quick descent to be the junkie. The friend of Michael, the one that was supposed to be American, he helps Michael, he gives him boost, which is really, really important. And Michael got money from Lincoln, so this is pretty much it. Lincoln, for some reason, has a lot of money. You don't know where it comes from. So Lechon says, hey, I'm sorry, dude, there's an accident. He calls the cops, the guards. There's a guard that was in charge of Sona before. Listen, I'm sorry, what happened? We have a problem. There's no water. And the guard tells him, you want us out of here? Let us out of here. So they're not going to help him. So there's no water. And there's riots and riots and riots and riots. The weird thing is, it's always the same guy that's rioting. So Michael goes in and he blows a pipe, and because he blows the pipe, he fixes it. So this is kind of cool. The water is back. There's no more problem. And the chance says to Michael, you did this. Like how you did this. The price, the exchange. The exchange is you get a gold streak. What's a gold streak? Suji calls him on the cruise and he tells her what Link's tells. I'm always gonna bring you down. I'm always gonna bring you down. Forget about me. And it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because if Lincoln didn't talk to him, Suji would be there. Now, the question is, do you agree with what Lincoln said? Or do you, Sucre, what do you want to do? I think Sucre with the llama farm would have been good. Right? But what do I know? In some list we have Gretchen that goes in and she knows she's followed. And there's a really weird part. It's really good. The really weird part that is really good after is she tells Link, leave her alone. And leave the girlfriend of Wesley alone. Now, you think that it's just a woman helping another woman, right? No, it's not that. Wesley is working for the company. So this is the girlfriend of somebody that works with a co-worker, so she protects her. And she tells Lincoln, give me the book. And Lincoln is really smart. That's a 300 IQ move. Really does. Gives her a first copy of the book. And he keeps the Wesley copy in his outer pocket, so really fucking smart. Season 2, episode 3. I'm gonna do this one, I'm gonna go eat. Because your boy is starving. Starving Marvin. We got Sucre coming in with Lincoln, asking for help. And Lincoln's like, yo, I want to do it. And Sucre asks for money because he doesn't know what to do. Which is kind of sad. But at the same time, you know, it sucks because Lincoln asked help for Sucre and Sucre said no. Remember that Lincoln said, I don't have money for you, it's kind of normal. But at the same time, what did Michael want? Michael wanted Sucre to be okay. So now there's another fight. Bellic is able to get one of the shoes. He has one that doesn't have shoes, right? What?
You help me. I'm the only boss in the airport. So anyone want anything to so do not want me here asking for some favor like we have some.
Okay. So Michael said, I can help you if you help me. And Lechon is like, no, bro, I'm in charge here. Who are you to ask the man? So it's kind of normal. You see, and T-Bag did the right thing. T-Bag kissed ass, which is the good thing to do. Yeah, so Lincoln goes in and it's a cool thing, but it's a bad thing because these scenes are just for Michael to be learning about the situation outside. So most of the scene that we're seeing, for example, Wester is the guy that we're looking for. Who is that guy? I don't know, but he has some information. Blah blah blah. So it's all scene that we already see. And the reason why Wester is, we think it's because he has information, not because he's working for him. There's a picture of Sarah, and Sarah actually tells them where they are. She actually tells them, like, look, this is the town they're in, and then she'll call Michael, thanks to the phone of Lechon, because Lechon has a phone, and she basically tells him what she is, which is really smart. She tells him how to play, and it's really cool because Michael kind of taught her how to talk and not get caught by people that are listening to the conversation. So it's really, really nice. And it's cool because we want Sarah. Sarah is super useful. So then she tells him, hey, I need more information. I need way more information.
You wanted to fetch. You throw him a bone.
How does Michael think he's getting his hands on a phone inside Soma?
There you go. There you go. So it's tougher. It's a lot tougher because it's always a game of cat and mouse. You know? It's okay, well, Michael is here. Lincoln is out there. They're helping each other. Lincoln is helping Gretchen. And, okay, so it's like this. It's a V, right? But this is Gretchen. She doesn't deal with Michael. She doesn't deal with Wester. She deals with Lincoln. Lincoln doesn't deal with Wester. He deals with Michael, and he deals with Gretchen. Okay? Michael, who deals with who? With Wester and with Lincoln. And you have Wester who's dealing with who? Michael. All of them have something to say. The only one I can trust is Lincoln and Michael. However, Lincoln and Michael are in the middle. They don't know shit. So even if you do trust them, what can they teach you? Nothing. So we have the seller, and it's kind of cool because there's a friend of Theodore that says, hey, our stuff is not selling outside. So basically, how he supplies them is because he cooks some drugs in the prison, and then he sells them outside. The stuff is not moving out. However, what really happened is Fran backstabbed him. You know what? His friend backstabbed him just like in season 1, well, where Falcone was betraying Abruzzi. The same exact thing. Tio is listening to it, so he has more information. We learned that Wester is the boyfriend of her, and she's like, where's the book? And she's like, no, it's the book. And Wester's like, I need that book. And she asks him a question like, who are you? What's actually going on? Right? What's actually going on? And guess what happened? She knows. She also sees the name of Michael Schofield and Lincoln Burrow, right? Why is that important? Because she knows that the guy that took the book, she saw him at the prison before. She knows that he has something to do with Michael Schofield. So if Wester knows Michael Schofield, then something happened. We got Mahone, who's going down a dark path. He's looking to get high. He's really looking to get high, where he can't. So we ask him to sell his body for a hit. Then Mahone says no. It's not going to last long. I think this episode he does drugs. Next on the list, we have Michael, who is looking for the phone. Tio is working pretty well. Michael and T-Bag are working. Why are they working together? This is so stupid. Michael tells them, I'm going to tell that you're a rapist and that you murder. Because it's a religious country. What about telling him that he was one of the Aryan brother in prison? Why not tell Lechon he's a raging racist? I don't understand, but it works. So T-Bag's like, I'm trying to build something here, and it's really nice because he is trying to build something. He did keep the silence the whole time.
I don't know, we took a book from it that belongs to me. I'd like it back. That's so special.
So there you go. So this is gonna be something we see a lot. So Wester doesn't trust Schofield, and Schofield doesn't trust Wester. However, Schofield needs Wester, and Wester needs Schofield. So like, yo, I want the book back. And Michael said, well, let's put it on the book. Don't worry about it. And then again, it's like, and what's insane? We saw A-Wire does it. Ask Michael what about the tattoos. A-Wire was smart. Crazy smart. And this is the exact same situation that's going on.
Oh yeah? But when the hell is that exactly? Because so far I was bollocks that we're breaking out of here. Some
There you go.
very bad things once you're alive and out of this prison.
I love this. I love this. Michael tells him, if the company are wanting you out, I want to keep you in. They're bad people. Why are they wanting you out? Who am I letting out? And this is the thing. And this is beautiful because it could be a direct result of Teabag. The fact that Teabag was out and he did so much wrong could be what's stopping Michael from getting Wheeler out. And if it is, this is brilliant. If it isn't, who cares? Who cares? It's still a possible reason. As long as it's a possible reason, I think it's possible. It's just up to belief. Did I do this? I don't think I did. Okay, I did. I did. Let's do cash points. Yeah. Let's do wait per kilometer. Wait a little bit. Wait about 10. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Which is okay. Perfect. I don't like with the character. So now, what Teabag does is he unplug the phone. Why? Because going to the barber, and Teabag knows that they have the barber equipment. So by plugging the phone, and make sure that the phone stays on the charger. Tio brings the phone to Michael. Michael makes a call. Don't worry, they both get the phone back to him. But Lechon will notice when he took it because Lechon took it and plugged it, and Michael didn't. He put it back but didn't plug it. So yeah. Cat and the mouse. Mahone doesn't meet his lawyer. His lawyer said, I got a good news. I can get you I can get you an appointment with a judge the 20th of June. He's like, what are you talking about? 20th of June was last week. It's like, oh, it's next year. So yeah, he's pretty mad. Lechon is pissed off because somebody touched the phone. They're talking together. He's trying to get more information from Sarah. Bellic is trying to get the other shoes. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Lechon gets his appointment. Gretchen is asking for results, but there's no result at all. Sarah talks to Michael once again, telling him, he said there's no use. We learn that she's not even in the same city. We don't know where she is. She doesn't know where she is. Lincoln is about to save her, but fails. Because they're about to fail her, but fails. This is kind of nuts. Tio trying to get some time for Michael, but it doesn't really work. Lechon knows there's something wrong. This is the cool thing. Lechon calls again, and he calls again, and he does, I think it's L69. So you get the number that you last call, and he calls Lincoln. Because Lincoln is a bit smart, so what he does is he asks for phone, but he doesn't say hi. So he doesn't know who he is. We see the girl, she's following Lincoln, and she wants the book, but Lincoln doesn't give it. Wesley's trying to make peace with Mal. He's like, yo, we're all working together, we're all like American, which he is Australian. However, I think he's American, because he has to. And Maho's like, I don't need you. Everybody needs a friend. Which is true. Everybody needs a friend. Lincoln goes in, he goes to save Sarah. Once again, he fails. Gretchen is made aware of that, so guess what happened? She would have killed him. But no, instead she kills Sarah. Lincoln goes to Michael and said, I try to save Sarah, I can't save her. I have to really work together. Wesley go back to Michael and said, hey, what's the plan? And it's tough because now Gretchen has Sophia. And Michael's like, you have your problem, I have my problem. And my problem is a picture of Sarah. It's like, so this is my situation. So just to show Wesley that he isn't it for a good reason. I think it's a mark of, okay, well, guess what? I'm in this with you because this is what I have to lose. Wesley and Michael were trying to get really close, which is good because they're supposed to work together. But Michael is resistant because he's like, no, fuck you. Theo goes back in and he gets bullied by Sammy and the boys. So then LeChun says, somebody used my phone. And then what Theo does, he blames Sammy for the phone. This is really, 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 really cool. Because Theo does the job super well. Because I'm not a snitch. And LeChun is like, I don't ask you to be a snitch, I'm asking you to be a friend. I'm being your friend here, you own me. So Theo's like, and he smiles. And Theo knows that he's won. What's next? Billy gets the other shoes. Which he steals. This is really good. Mahone is going crazy because he doesn't have his men. When Mahone doesn't have his men, what does he see? Give me a sec. Okay. Yeah. So Mahone, when he doesn't have his men, we see A-Wire. And A-Wire making him paranoid. It's like, yo, they're trying to fuck you over. Trying to fuck you over. And the cool thing is, Mahone is losing his mind. And Mahone, using his mind, is becoming paranoid. He's like, why do they want you so back here? So I'm gonna ask a question. Which is good. It's a bit repetitive because it's always like, oh, I don't trust you, don't trust you, don't trust you. Don't trust me, don't care. So Michael sees this. The product they're using is for decomposing body, but it also decomposes metal. So he wants Sucre to be there to put it. And he says, okay, well, if you put this product on the fence, it will break the fence. Sucre is outside of the room, he buys alcohol. And it's really bad. It's really, 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 really bad. It's the end of the episode. The end of the episode. Let's go eat some dinner. I am starving. So, long story short, what happened is, Sucre is in a really bad spot and he's really depressed. So he goes to again for a friend. Okay, I thought you had friends in your own country, bro, but okay. Then Gretchen leaves a box. Now this box is the worst thing of Prison Break history. It's the most annoying. They show Lincoln opening the box 4 or 5 times. And in the box there's a head. And the head we don't know who it belongs to. And then we figure out it belongs to Sarah. That's the whole episode. So I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back after that. We'll do season 3, episode 4, 5, and 6. I'll try to do 7, but I don't know if I can. Look guys, take it easy. Peace. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. And we're gonna be uploading it to TikTok and YouTube.